Ah, nearly there. It's worse than hanging around waiting for a gig. Okay, well, I'm going to do 3 original things today, and something that I did before outside. If anybody saw me do that. So, this first song. These days, all our conversations are about COVID-19, aren't they? And my conversations with my musician friends are about how we're going to get through this and all that sort of stuff, and how we're going to, and what's it going to be like when we do eventually get back. But last year, it was about something totally, totally different. And when I write songs, I write about things that are happening around me. I can't bear the thought of writing anything at the moment. It's just, nothing seems to be that positive, really. I don't know. Anyway, this first song was written last year, and it was influenced really by one of the main topics last year, which was climate change. Okay, so this is on the new album, which is, the album's called Passion, and at this time around it's on vinyl, those big ones, and it's called Broken Heart. It goes like this.
Poison ourselves with
Right. Okay, shall we cheer up a bit now? Well, it's cheering up a little bit. This next song I wrote for an old friend of mine, a guy called Mally Jackson. If we've got any people looking in from the Bradford area, you might have remembered Malik Jackson. He was a great bluesman, lovely guy. And early last year, he became very ill, and it looked like he might not last much longer. So I wrote this song for him, and we managed to finish recording it, and I got to play it to him before it was too late. He sadly passed away, but not before he got it played on Planet Rock, which I thought was amazing. So it's on this album, Blue to My Soul, which again we managed to get to him before it was too late. And I tried to make it relevant to Mali, really. So it's about the things that we loved in common, like the blues, and we both drifted into liking rock stuff as well. So it's kind of blues with a rock edge. Anyway, it's called Blues in Heaven. It goes like this. They got They got blues in heaven. Let me take you there. You'll be the sole survivor. We got blues to share. They got some blues in heaven. With a heavy hand. I'll be the blues salvation. Oh, brother, put a man. Oh, that music's waiting there. Look straight ahead. Get ready for some good time. Just like the movement said. Well, I'm gonna sing some soul with Aretha. We're gonna stand on stage next to B.B. King. There's nothing to lose. We'll be playing the blues. Come on. We got blues in heaven. We got some blues in heaven. Yeah. Oh, we got blues. Okay. Right, I forgot to mention that on the first song on Broken Heart, it's the current live lineup playing on that. So it was Liam James Gray on drums. It was Roger Inniss on bass. And Blues in Heaven was Steve Rodford on drums and Roger Inniss on bass. This next one is, let me get this right, it's Liam James Gray on drums and it's Bob Skeat on bass and Jamie Pipe on keyboards. Okay, there's no real story behind this, but I need to get a drink. It's getting a bit dry in here. I'm getting warm. When I was doing the new album, I thought it's the 50th anniversary this year of my first band, my first, not 50 years since I started playing, but it's 50 years since I formed the first John Verity band in America in 1970. And that's when I first started writing songs, because I'd been in bands that did covers up until then, yeah. And then over the years, I've slipped in and out of styles, if you want, but not massively. I've always been basically a blues player. I'm not a shredder by any sense as a guitarist. And then when I do rockier stuff, it's always got a blues edge to it, really. But when it came to doing this 50th anniversary album, I thought I'd try and cover some of the styles that I've done over the years, or the styles of the JV band, if you want. And in the 80s, it did get quite rocky in an 80s sense. And I thought maybe I might cover one of my old songs. But then I thought, now I'll try and write something new. So that's what this is. It's called Higher, and really it's my story, but in a light-hearted way. Okay, so it's just about a young guy and his aspirations as a musician, if you want. And there's a bit of impatience in there as well, because we are. I mean, at first, your dream is just to see your name on the label of an album. That's how it starts, I think, really. And then when you've got that, you want more, and you wonder why it's taking so long. Because it does. Okay, here we go. Higher. On the album version of this, there are masses of harmonies on the choruses, and I've left those off. I've just kept the drums and bass. So this is basically the way that we'll be doing it when we play it live. Here we go. Oops. Nothing's ever gonna take this dream Right, well, I didn't get lost, did I? Okay, it's nearly time to knock it on the head. I did this thing outside a couple of weeks ago, or 2 or 3 weeks ago, as part of the Clap for Carers. And a lot of people have asked about it, so I just thought I'd stick it in today and just to finish off with. Okay? But before I go, I've got to do a quick commercial break, haven't I? I do believe there's a link somewhere to my PayPal account if you want to buy me a coffee or a tin of beans and sausage or something. And if you want to join join me on my Patreon account as well, that would be really good. I'm easy to find. I'm very easy to find. Right, we're still in tune, so I'll finish off with this. And thanks for tuning in. Take care. That's it, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish I could see your faces, but it's a strange world at the moment. So please look after yourselves, and I'll see you again maybe in a couple of weeks' time. I'll see what the reaction was like this time, and maybe come back in a couple of weeks. All right. Cheers, folks. Bye. Bye.